Chapter 3. Water. Water is wasted all the time by almost everyone. Clean, running water is something that is truly taken for granted. Within the next few years, it is projected that most states will have water shortages. Many documentaries and news stories claim that clean water is one day going to be a precious resource that wars will be fought over. The amount of water wasted is astounding, but luckily there are ways that you can cut back on your water usage without seeing much, if any, inconvenience. Water conservation seems to have the most common sense solutions that embody consuming less. The first thing to check for that has been told to us for years is leaks in your pipes. Don't have the time or desire to get down and dirty and look for leaks? There's a much simpler method, fortunately. Take a certain block of time that you know you won't be using water at all in the home. For example, if you have to go to work and the rest of your family will be at work or school, write down the reading on your water meter when everyone has finished using the water and is on their way out the door. Then, take another reading several hours later, before anyone uses any more water. If the reading is the same, you're leak-free. If not, you have some patching to do. Leaks aren't usually a huge source of water waste, but even a little bit for 24 hours a day, every day, will add up. It also adds to your water bill if you have one. Catching leaks in their early stages will save you much more money in the long run, too. Have you ever heard of a leak that just goes away? Of course not. They get worse over time, getting larger and eventually breaking through the pipes. The amount of water wasted here will be the last thing on your mind. The cost of repairing the piping and anything else that was damaged or destroyed by the water will be very expensive. Checking for leaks and patching them immediately saves a huge headache later on while helping you go green. Another common solution for reducing water waste is to put a brick or heavy item in a toilet tank. Toilet tanks have much more water than is actually needed to flush waste. About 3 gallons are needed to properly flush, and tanks store more than that. To even it out, putting in a brick or other heavy object will bring it more in line with what is needed and not waste as much water. There are several interesting solutions for cutting out water waste from toilets that are expensive. Systems that direct water from the bathroom sink to the toilet as the source of water for flushing, commonly referred to as gray water systems, will hopefully come down in price over the years and become affordable even for those of us on a budget. While on the subject of toilet water waste, it should be noted that using the toilet to dispose of small trash items is very wasteful. Not only will whatever you flush down the toilet contribute to ruining the groundwater, it wastes several extra gallons of water. Even though you don't see that extra waste on your bill, when the water has to get treated and filtered, even more water is wasted to make that whole cleaning process happen. Putting trash into a trash can rather than down the toilet saves water and is just as convenient. Flushing things away to a magical place isn't real, so don't do it. Interestingly, on many water bills, people see that using water isn't the largest portion of their bill. It's the sewage part. The less you put down the drain, the less your bill will be, plain and simple. Cleaning outside the home can be tough work. I don't know many people who look forward to brushing away leaves, raking, and other manual labor. However, it needs to be done to maintain a clean home. Using a hose to blast it all away is not a proper alternative. Yes, it may be easier, but it wastes an extreme amount of water. It also just pushes the leaves onto someone else's property or onto the street, where it will sit and most likely blow at least some back onto your property. The whole purpose is defeated. It's better to get a little bit of a workout, clean everything up with the tools that will get the job done right the first time, and be done with it. Washing machines and dishwashers are very convenient, and many of us can't imagine living without them, but they can be sources of water waste. Anything less than a full load, and anything more for that matter, will surely waste water. Putting in too little will have extra water rinsing away nothing. Your water bill will still go up, and the extra water isn't making your clothes or dishes any cleaner. Overloading the machines will cause parts of the load to not get cleaned, which would cause you to need to run them through again. For some items, that means using double the water to clean the same thing, which is very wasteful. Taking clothes out of a washing machine in a timely manner prevents wasting water. If you leave clothing in the washing machine for too long after the cycle is completed, you will have to re-rinse the clothes all over again to prevent buildup of mildew on your clothes. Depending upon the model of washing machine used, the amount of water wasted could be quite a bit. Dishwashing can seem like a toss-up. Does using a machine save water over just washing them manually? Well, when you add up the amount of water used for the entire cleaning process, it usually is. If you fill up pots and pans with water because they have tough to remove food on them, then have the water running while washing it, possibly filling it up multiple times, then certainly. The dishwasher wins in that situation. If you were just washing some utensils and plates that aren't too dirty, then manually washing them quickly would save water. Use your best judgment and don't feel guilty for wanting some convenience to lighten your daily load of work. Just make sure the dishwasher is full before using it. Scraping any food items into the trash before they get too stuck onto dishes or cookware is a big help in making sure the dishwasher is able to do its job efficiently. In thinking of the sink, what about in-sink garbage disposal systems? They are extremely wasteful. Firstly, the goal of the system is to grind up food enough so that it can go into the sewer without causing any clogs. It doesn't completely pulverize the items put down until they disappear. Many disposal systems wouldn't do much to frozen peas if dumped down the drain while they are running. Since the toilet and the sink drains go to the same place, the same rules apply. Putting solids down the drain will add to the amount of water used to process it on the other end. Then, the way that it is used is to turn it on while constantly flushing cold water down the drain so that the unit won't overheat. So you're basically letting water run down the drain just so you can use electricity to add solids to sewage. It's against being green in so many ways, it could probably be a villain on an episode of Captain Planet. Watching how water is used in general is extremely important. Do you take long, luxurious showers? Do you leave the water on while brushing your teeth? These are all things that may be small but add up quickly. In the shower, installing a low-flow shower head is inexpensive and saves a lot of water. If you are worried about the pressure not being there for when you wash your hair, don't. There are several brands that can simultaneously save water and not sacrifice the power needed because they have different settings. When washing your body and face, keep it on the normal setting, but swap to the more intense setting when it's time to rinse your hair. While many people associate low-flow shower heads with inconvenience, there's possible hidden benefits in using one that would more than balance out the perceived inconvenience. When water is hitting your skin at a continued rate at a high pressure, there's a possibility of capillaries getting broken, especially on your face, resulting in an ugly mark that's very difficult to get rid of. Additionally, depending on the quality of your water, the chemicals and minerals in the water are being constantly rushed into your pores at a high pressure. Even though it isn't directly associated with going green, there's an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone here. Getting a good shower filter combined with a low-flow shower head will save water and keep your appearance healthy. One of the effects of people not being green for such a long period of time is the degradation in quality of our water. Even though your county may say it's safe, there's quite a difference between something being deemed safe and something promoting health. Keeping your showers under 15 minutes seems reasonable enough to get everything you need done properly without wasting water. Plenty of people enjoy a nice, warm shower to wash away their troubles after a rough day. This is fine to do once in a while, but doing it often is just plain wasteful. There are plenty of other ways to relax and unwind that aren't wasteful. If you take long showers, stop the drain once just so you can see how much water you use. If it fills up enough for you to take a bath in it, then there's probably some room for improvement there. Showering was invented to be a quick and easy way to get clean, right? Let's keep it that way. If you aren't using water for something, shut it off. The same way you don't leave lights on in a room you aren't using, don't leave water on when you aren't in the immediate need of it. Keeping it on while brushing your teeth, or having the water running while washing your face and or waiting to rinse it are huge wastes. It's literally money going down the drain. Rinsing your toothbrush and shutting off the water until it's time to rinse saves water, and you will literally notice no difference at all. There's no inconvenience involved here. Unless you, for some reason, decide to apply facial soap to your eyeballs, you don't have to fear not being able to see the faucet to turn it back on when washing your face. Relax and know that you aren't going to be trapped in some waterless void after you apply soap to your face. Water is a precious resource that many of us take for granted. Luckily, it is quite simple to save water. Where power usage can be a little complicated with vampire power, water is for the most part, if you see it being used, it's being used. Unless there's a leak, there are no hidden sources of water waste that happen without anyone taking any action. Chapter Review. Check for leaks. Take a water reading. Don't use water for a few hours and take another reading. If it's the same, there are no leaks. Toilet use. Place a brick in the tank to cut down on water wasted during flushing. Only 3 gallons are needed. Don't flush anything that isn't human waste. It will take a lot of water to filter out and be processed in your county's water system. Washing appliances. Fully load clothes, washers, and dishwashers. Overloading won't get everything as clean as it should be, and not putting in a full load will waste water. Don't pre-rinse dishes in the sink. When finished eating on dishes or using cookware, scrape food into the garbage as soon as possible. In-sink garbage disposal systems. Avoid using these as much as possible. They are extremely wasteful. Showering. Cut down on the amount of time spent in the shower. Install a low-flow shower head with different pressure settings to cut down the amount of water used each time you shower. Bathroom sink use. Turn off water after rinsing your toothbrush. Turn it on again when rinsing your mouth. Turn off water after initially rinsing your face and applying soap. Turn it back on when rinsing soap from your face.